To Tame a Burly Man, Complete Edition by Frankie Love. Narrated by Scott Rose and Ayla Arian. Hot and Rowdy. To Tame a Burly Man, Book 1 by Frankie Love. 1. Cash. It's the end of another hard day of doing things the old-fashioned way. I fall into my chair and start unlacing my boots. My entire body aches, but that's all too typical. I'll crack a beer, order a pizza, and just sort of veg out for a bit. That's my typical Friday night. Boring as shit. Lonely as shit. Don't get me wrong. I live with my family, so there are constantly people around. My brothers are awesome guys, always there for me in every way you can imagine. My old man is there for me when he can be too. But I still feel fucking lonely. Every night it's the same old thing. We spend all day working together, so we tend to want a little time to ourselves after work. So we split off to our own corners of the house, and I often spend the night alone. The only difference is on Fridays I order pizza because that's one of my favorite childhood memories. Friday's always been pizza day, and it's not a bad tradition to keep going forward. There's a rapping on the door. I groan, stretching out. I feel like an old man, but I'm not even 30. Life on the ranch is tough, but it's not that tough. I guess I'm just getting tired. It can't be the pizza. I haven't even ordered it yet, and I'd be surprised if Rossi's just decided to send me my weekly order automatically. I open the door, and Rye Ruff bursts on through like he owns the place. Good evening to you too, Rye. Cash, I was in the area and I decided I'd pay my cousin a visit. Uh-huh. I stroke my chin, feeling kind of scruffy. Like you have every week for a while now. Have you been dodging your old woman or something? Rye's been popping in a lot ever since Graham, one of his brothers, called the Rowdy boys in for some support in rescuing a girl from some weird preppers cult. He shakes his head at my accusation. I value every moment I spend with Prairie, Cash. She's my world. And I guess that's part of my problem these days. All the Ruff boys, our cousins through our aunt, have been living pretty charmed lives lately. Over and home, all of them have been busy falling in love and getting married. That cult rescue we did was for Mac's girl. Each and every one of them has fallen madly in fucking love, and I have to say, I'm a bit jealous. It's not that I'm not happy for them. Countless family get-togethers, Aunt Annie making every holiday dinner something to truly remember. But to see love strike each of my cousins and leave me so lonely? Yeah, jealousy. It's natural. I want what Rye has because what he has is pretty fucking sweet. This is like the 4th time you've been over just to check in on me. Is the pizza place and home really that awful? He shakes his head. Hardly. I think it's better than the place you got here. Leguizamo's is good pizza, man. It has nothing to do with pizza, Cash. He sighs and then sits down on the couch, and I collapse right next to him. As much as I'm questioning his presence, it isn't like I don't welcome his company, and I have no suspicions that he has any sort of nefarious intent. Then what is it, man? He sighs, running his fingers through his hair. I'm worried about you guys. Worried about us how? The ranch is doing fine. We've been in business 30 years, and I doubt we're suddenly going to go tits up. It's not about your ranch or your financial situation. It's about your mental health. I raise an eyebrow. Not going to pretend I'm the happiest person in the world, Rye, but I'm hardly depressed to the point you gotta worry about me. Are you sure? I know you and your brothers just retreat home every weekend once the work is done, and I know you're just going to fall asleep on the couch tonight after half a six-pack and half a pizza. I shrug. Worse ways to spend a Friday night. You need a woman, Cash. And I'm not disagreeing, but I can't just take a jaunt down to the woman's store and pick one up, cousin. Wallowing in self-pity, pizza, and booze won't take care of it either. I grunt. Believe me, I've been giving it a go. Been using the internet to try to find someone, but that's been going rough. You're not going to find anyone on the internet, Cash. Not in a place like Burly, not in this county. You'll get someone from the city you need to drive 2 hours to go on a date with, and she'll probably be a vegan and take deep offense to your profession. He isn't wrong. Burly's super small, and the results I've gotten from the dating sites haven't been great. I know everyone in town, and I know the girl the website wants to match me with isn't right for me because I already dated her 3 years ago. Once a website even suggested Lemon Ruff as my match. While I'm a country boy, I'm not country enough to think that dating my cousin is a good idea. I'm not disagreeing with you. What would you do, my oh-so-wise cousin? Grab one of your brothers and go get drunk outside the house for a change. The Burly Saloon is holding. If anything's going to attract someone new in the county to show their face, it's something like that, Cash. I laugh. You come all this way to suggest that, and you don't offer yourself as my wingman? He turns red, scratching his head. I got a date with Prairie. Can't blow it off. Wouldn't want to blow it off. I grin and shake my head. Man, I never thought I'd be jealous of someone seeming henpecked, but I get it. I'll head out. Break up the monotony if nothing else. The front door opens again and in comes a brother of mine, Jennings. He's minding his own business but sees Rye out of the corner of his eye. Oh, hey Rye, what's the occasion? I rise to my feet, a wild grin on my face, and approach my younger brother. Well, little brother, what do you say about you and me heading out to the saloon tonight? My treat. Jennings stares at me. Okay. I got nothing else planned. You coming too, cousin? I'm just leaving, Rye says, a smile on his face. I wanted to make the suggestion. You two have fun. Rye slaps my brother on the back and heads out the door. Go put your dancing boots on, Jennings. We are going line dancing. Jennings is a tad surprised, but nods along. He must think it's important to me because he doesn't raise further objections. I'm all over it. I'm bored and more bored than I am tired. I don't think Rye's suggestion is going to lead me to love at first sight because that seems a bit silly. But if it happens, I'm not going to tell it to fuck off. The Burly Saloon has grown a bit over the past few years, trying to stay relevant and trying to get customers to come in from outside the town's borders. A fancy jukebox usually gets people onto the dance floor, but tonight, as Rye said, there's live music. A country western band and a fancy one, too. Got a fiddle, guitar, bass, and even a big old cello, the singer breaking down into a heartfelt harmonica solo with every song. Not everything they do is a banger, but I'm tapping my feet all night. Jennings is sitting at the bar, kind of timid. He just turned 21. Our father has never been the type to encourage underage drinking, but all of us rowdies have had a beer or two before we were legal. Still, being out in public with a beer in his hand must be making Jennings nervous, like someone's about to bust him. Never thought you were much of a dancer, Cash. I'm not. But you don't have to be much of a dancer to enjoy yourself at something like this. Besides, what would you have done tonight that'd be more fun than this? Read a book? Play a video game? I don't know, That's about the way to take it. Never let an opportunity pass, little brother. I take stock of the other people at the saloon. As expected, most of them are people I've known all my life, including that one girl who I dated 3 years ago. She's here with a guy, and they both have rings. Damn, she got hitched before I did. I can't be bothered to obsess over them too much, but I keep my eyes rolling over the crowd. There's a few strangers, but no one that jumps out at me. Until I see her. She's in a booth, far away from the bar. She's got a beer in front of her, but she's barely touched it. She's absolutely beautiful. Not in a way that's announcing it to the world, mind you. On a scale of cute to hot, she's firmly on the cute side of the fence, but I always like those sorts of girls better. She's got her hair in a ponytail, a few strands dropping around her face, and she's avoiding eye contact with everyone around her.